I got smashed once, not physically, but one of these guys pulls me over because I decide, I'm going over train tracks and the gates are coming down. I'm like, I can't be bothered.
Oh no!
But there is
that guy.
Well, there's that point where you know you can make it. It wasn't anywhere as close. The lights were starting and you had time, and it was wide open left to right, so you could even see that the train was nowhere near. So I guess a lot of people do this. It's one of those back roads in Greenlawn there or something, and so I go for it, and I'm speeding. I think we were heading to work or whatever where I was. The old show, and I go through, right? All of a sudden, whatever. There it is. They were waiting for me. I guess they wait for people all day because everyone does this. They hide behind one of the buildings right near the train tracks. And I get pulled over, and I'm like, I don't even turn down my radio. I have my hands in my pockets, basically. I'm doing everything wrong. And I'm thinking about you. I remember this specifically because Anthony gets pulled over a lot.
Yeah, I do. I drive like an asshole.
He likes driving on sidewalks, and he likes just doing what he has to do to get to work faster.
Illegal passing.
And, we've had these discussions on the air, so I'm thinking, Anthony just pretty much tells him that he's Anthony from the Opie and Anthony show.
I have never done that anytime I'm pulled over. I have never said I'm Anthony from the Opie and Anthony show.
You used to hint or something. There was something going on that always got you out of these
I know
tickets.
you'd say, sorry, I'm speeding. Normally my partner Opie is next to me.
There are ways to work in that I am on the radio into a conversation.
Well, basically I'm thinking, because we were really tight back then, especially with the NYPD and all that, and the Suffolk County cops and all, and this guy was right out of our demo. So he comes walking up to the car. I'm all cocky, and I'm like, do you listen to the radio, sir?
Oh.
Yeah, I do. I'm Opie from the Opie and Anthony show. So?
Oh.
His response was so.
Because you put it like that.
And then it's like license and registration. Could care less.
You never put it like that because then that puts him in the position like, oh, this guy's trying to work on me about who he is. It's got to look like it just naturally came up in conversation. Hey, your inspection sticker is overdue. And then you go, hey, have you ever inspected a program called the Opie and Anthony show?
Good one.
Well, it gets better.
Slick.
Just slick. You don't even see it coming.
It gets better, though. He goes, so, license and registration. I hand it over, right? He comes back about 10 minutes later. He gives me a speeding ticket and gives me a ticket for...
Speeding?
Yeah, it was a side road. I was flying. And he also gave me a ticket for the going through the gates coming down. And then goes, by the way, I have heard of the show.
Oh, great. Thanks.
What a dick.
That was his way of just giving it to me.
Well, you presented it to him like something like, look, I'm presenting this to you. Now you can't give me a ticket. See, if it's presented that way, looks bad. Doesn't work. You got to kind of just let it happen.
So I immediately got on the phone with another one of our friends and had those tickets taken care of the right way.
Did they charge you for littering, for an awful name drop?
Pick that up.
And I believe this cop was reprimanded.
Oh, I'll have your job
for pulling me over.
A celebrity.
Now, didn't you also get in trouble for doing donuts in a snowy parking lot in a comedy club in Long Island?
Oh, that was after the John Valby show.
With a borrowed Lexus?
Well, yeah.
Hey, you got out of that one.
Well, that actually was a lot scarier. When we were at NEW, the Lexus people came to us and gave Anthony and I both a Lexus to drive around for, what, a month or two? Yeah. You drove it around a lot longer because you just refused to give the car back.
I didn't give it back. I enjoyed this Lexus a lot.
Dude,
I had it, and I didn't bring it back.
It was the top-of-the-line Lexus. This thing on the LIE, when you get out east...
Rocket ship.
I had it up to about 120 miles an hour, no joke.
It was a rocket ship.
And I would have went faster, but I was just getting scared at that speed. Call me a wimp, but to me, 120 miles an hour is plenty.
It's great.
I was flying. And I remember, just a little side story, they gave it to us the weirdest time of year, just when winter was hitting.
Yeah, I know.
And for some reason, my other car was in the shop, or there was something wrong with it. I can't remember now. But anyway, I did a lot of skiing back then, up in Vermont to Killington and stuff, so I took the Lexus.
Good luck.
I took the Lexus.
On dry pavement, you wouldn't find a better car, but in the snow...
They might have gotten better with the Lexus. Lexuses.
Is it front or rear wheel drive?
It was front.
It was front wheel drive, but it was just the tires weren't made for it. The weight wasn't there. It was just it slid on anything. I remember trying to take off, and there was a little snow on the ground from a light, and it took me about 5 minutes to get across an intersection.
Yeah.
I couldn't get moving. I tried feathering the gas just a little bit, and couldn't move.
It was definitely a warm weather car. It was definitely, you have this as your second car if you can afford it.
My other car's a Lexus. I have a bumper sticker that says that.
Yeah.
A lot of laps.
On the Saturn, right?
Yeah, they beep and wave and smile at me.
Funny stuff.
So I'm just thinking this Lexus is going to be perfect to drive up into the mountains of Vermont, go to Killington. I'm renting, I think it was Christmas vacation, so I'm renting a little condo for the week or a couple days, whatever. And I couldn't even get up the tiny little incline
any incline, you're done.
into the condo area on this thing, and it almost went off the road. No joke, because it just started sliding. It was the worst, winter car.
But on dry road, rocket ship.
So I went to John Valby's show, and I think it was the last day I had it, or last couple days. I'm like, I'm just gonna have some fun with this thing.
Beat on it.
And what's the comedy club out there? Governor's. With
yeah.
the huge parking lot. I haven't been there in a while. They run a really nice club out there. A huge parking lot. So I decided to just start ripping it around the parking lot and doing donuts and stuff all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
All over the place. John Valby's watching from his beat-up van in front of the place. Everyone is laughing. All the people that were hanging out after the show. I'm just kind of putting on a show,
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a cop car comes out of nowhere and pulls me over. Just gives me shit. I'm thinking, oh, my God, I might even get arrested. He's just working me hard.
Yep.
And then at the end lets me off the hook and goes, dude, I'm a huge fan of you guys. I just happen to be in this parking lot just mellowing out. I have a break or whatever he was doing. And I can't believe what I'm seeing. But then I listened to the show, and I know you guys had the Lexus. And then I saw that it was you in the driver's seat. And decided to just bust my balls hard for like 15 or 20 minutes where I'm like, oh, my God. And
what are you doing?
And I had a few in me.
Yeah.
So he was asking me
a few in you?
Oh, yeah. He was asking me if I was drinking. I said, well, just a couple. I was, John Valby. I told him who I was, and he was like, he was not buying the game either. He could care less. And then finally at the end, he took my license and registration. The whole deal comes back, and then finally lets me off the hook. And I'm like, you fucking asshole.
Wow.
So you gotta know how to name drop, man. Like, I got pulled over, and I said, what? And he comes over. I said, I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio. What? And he went, all right, man, relax. I'm sorry. And that was it.